HungryEcoCities. Okay, so good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to have everyone here today. Maria Elena, which is my colleague, and I are thrilled to host this info session today, especially as our speakers will be presenting incredible European Union projects related this time to the agro-food sector. So I'm Paula, myself, even if you see Maria Elena written, it's because we had problems and we had to switch laptops last minute. But yeah, I'm the communications responsible in Sploro. And Maria Elena, my colleague, she is one of the main project managers and will be hosting this info day. So thank you everyone for trusting us. Why have we chosen this topic? Well, because April 22nd, it was Earth Day, as you may know. And this is a day to demonstrate support for environmental protection. And with this info day, we aim to raise awareness. So this is our agenda today. We'll be going through it together. So first off, we're going to present to you guests, if you're not familiar with the concept, what Cascade Funding is, because relating to open calls is quite relevant concept. So we want to keep you updated. And next, we'll pass already to the European projects. We'll start off with up to CIRC, following with Ready to Scale. Then we'll have HungryEcoCities, and last but not least, MUSAE. Okay, so we are Sploro. Allow me to introduce us. So who are we? Well, we are an innovation consultancy firm with a mission to make innovation understandable and accessible for any organizations through our services and digital technologies. But how can we help you with services we have? So let's say we can divide our activities onto three branches. There's the innovation consultancy. So as we specialize in making R&D public funds accessible for your financial statements. Then we have Cascade Funding. Let's say we're experts in here. We manage European funds and open calls for proposals. Always focus on excellence in technology. And last but not least, there's our management software, Chronis, our app, which we're really proud of. It's our software solution that helps you justify European R&D projects, eliminating any administrative headaches that this can usually give you. So we cater to all types of organizations, including startups, SMEs, corporates, research centers, universities, among others. Once we've introduced ourselves, what's Cascade Funding, you may ask yourselves. You don't know. Well, so Cascade Funding, it's also known as financial support for third parties. This is an instrument of the European Commission designed to distribute public funds and generate opportunities for SMEs, startups, and mid-caps companies in the adoption or development of digital technologies. So its main goal is to simplify administrative processes, enabling faster access to finance. Right, but which are the benefits of this Cascade Funding? So basically, it's a simplified application, evaluation and justification procedure. For example, you'll have less bureaucracy and more efficiency. It offers you a higher success rates. There's an increased likelihood of securing funding. Then you'll have a flexible funding spectrum. There's always a versatile range of financial support. Even you have equity-free support, so basically access to resources without having to give up any equity. And then there's comprehensive support, meaning that it's more than just money. So it offers services and contacts. You can always network here. And finally, it facilitates knowledge transfer, technology adoption, and innovation. Okay, so Cascade Funding alerts. As you can see in the screen, there's a little video. This is our webpage. We have a Cascade Funding section. You can go there. If you want to receive any daily Cascade Funding alerts, you are more than welcome to subscribe yourself. Either if you go on the link or if you want, we'll send it afterwards, but it's completely free to do so. So yeah, you'll receive daily and monthly updates. So even if you are a call manager or potential applicant to Cascade Funding Calls, we can both help you. If you're an open call manager, you could join us to promote your Cascade Funding Call in the future, and we can create a thriving collaboration hub. I'll type afterwards the email, but you can email us at hello@sploro.eu. And then for innovators, as being told, you can subscribe for our free updates. So now that we've already introduced this concept and ourselves, let's proceed with the actual main characters of this session and with the presentations of our speakers. So as I told you, its presentation will last about 10 minutes, and then you'll have a 5 minutes Q&A session, except for Monica, so she's needs to leave, but we will enjoy a lot this session. So, okay, now Monica, it's your turn. We have Monica Brukova representing GIC, Business with a Purpose, and Monica will be sharing with us insights from Up2Circ, an initiative dedicated to supporting European SMEs in their journey towards a circular economy. So Monica, the stage is yours. So you can start whenever you want.
Thank you very much for the introduction. You should already be able to see my slides. So I work for GIC, as was already mentioned, which is a public innovation agency located in the Czech Republic. And we are one of the partners in Up2Circ project, which is one of those Cascade funding projects supported by the European Commission. A little bit about the project. The project has been supported from Horizon Europe program, and it started in January. And within the whole time frame, so till December 26, we have a budget of almost 5 million euro, from which half is dedicated to Cascade funding projects, so funding to small and medium-sized enterprises that aim to transit towards circular business models, circular business products, processes, and services. We do not distribute only funding, so we do not focus only on Cascade funding, but we cover the entire value chain. So we provide some awareness raising activities, and more importantly, education and training and tailored advisory service before engaging in the funding calls. Within the project, we have 3 Cascade funding calls. The pilot call already finished, and currently we have the first open call open. So this is an opportunity for you. The budget allocation for this call is more than 1 million euro, and we expect to fund 47 projects. What is important to mention, the call will close on 31st of May. And then the evaluation period starts, and successful applicants will be informed, and also those that won't be successful, by September the 6th. We have a fixed date for start of all the projects that will be supported, which is October the 1st. Who is eligible for Up2Circ Cascade funding? It has to be single SME, so we do not allow for consortia support. And when we say single SME, we only support SMEs from the European countries. What is also important, that these applicants, they have to be involved in other activities that we offer within Up2Circ project, and that's circularity assessment. So one of the eligibility criteria is that they have to have completed circularity assessment. And also they have to have completed minimum of 50% of Up2Circ Academy, which is an online learning program. Each SME can submit only one proposal, of course, in English language. And for the submission, we use an online form, and they have to submit, of course, before the deadline, which I already mentioned, is 31st of May. Within the project, we support two types of activities. It's feasibility studies and piloting and demonstration. Feasibility studies are small-scale projects of maximum 15,000 euro. And we expect SMEs to use this funding for a validation of circular business models, so involving technical, economic, and social aspects of their adoption. And we expect the main outcome to be a feasibility study, including a business plan. For that, we expect project duration of 6 months. And within the budget allocation I already mentioned, we target 32 of such projects. The second type is piloting and demonstration. Those are large-scale projects of a maximum of 50,000 euro. While the previous feasibility studies target validation of adoption of circular business models, these projects are aimed at piloting demonstration activities, so basically implementing concrete transition measures towards circular products, processes, and services. We also welcome if companies implement new technologies and engage in circular product design and of course introduction of new products and services. The expected outcome is validated prototype. For that, we expect the company to work on that 12 months, and expected number of projects to be funded is 15. The evaluation is conducted in 2 phases. The first one is eligibility check, where we as partners of the project, we check the SME status, of course, the geographic coverage, if the company belongs to one of the European countries, if fulfills the criteria related to engagement in learning activities, and also if they completed a circularity assessment, and of course obvious things, submission before deadline, complete application, and the language. More important is the second evaluation phase, which is done by 3 experts outside of our consortia. So those are independent experts we contracted especially for this purpose. They score eligible applications according to 3 evaluation criteria: concept, feasibility, and impact. And each criterion is scored on a scale from 0 to 5 points. For applications that reach minimum threshold of 10 points, we also perform ethics screening. So the evaluation criteria I already mentioned, they basically correlate to the main parts of the project proposal. So in the concept stage, we ask the evaluators to assess relevance and novelty. Relevance means alignment with the objectives of our project. Also, if the objectives of the project are defined, and if they make sense in the context of the company. Novelty, there we do not ask for innovation because our project and our funding is aimed at companies that do not have to be innovative. So in novelty, we ask to what extent is the proposed project new to the company, and of course, there is a plus if the company adopts advanced technologies or social innovation. The second evaluation criteria is feasibility. It's work plan, so basically assessment of activities, if they are achievable, clearly defined, also milestones and deliverables. For team and network, we assess the composition, or not we, but our experts, the composition of the team, whether they have sufficient expertise and resources to implement the project, and if they miss some of these, they should clearly state how they will address this gap. Only for large-scale projects, the evaluators also assess the risks associated with the project implementation, and especially measures that are proposed to address these risks. The third evaluation criteria is on impact, and our experts, they evaluate on one hand environmental and social impact, and on the other hand business and broader impact. What does it mean? Environmental and social, those are impacts, environmental and social, which is quite clear, but they have to be justified by key performance indicators, and the companies, they have to set in their proposals not only the target but of course the baseline. So the evaluators, they assess the difference between the baseline and target. So basically this measurable impact in these areas. Business and broader impact is aimed at assessing the impact on the company and also on their industrial sector. And little bit about the payment timeline. For those applicants that will be successful in the call, they will receive 50% advance payment after the subgrant agreement signature. The remaining 50% is paid after delivery and approval of the final report, which is basically what it's about the contact, so about the outcomes of the project. As for any Cascade funding, we do not ask for financial report, only request to finance the balance. For further information, I suggest to visit our website, and especially guide for applicants that is available there. And also what is wise to read is the guide for evaluators, because then that guide contains more information how the proposals are evaluated. And that's all from my side. I also put one slide with my contact. So if you have any questions, now I open the floor for Q&A. And you can, of course, contact me also after this webinar. So thank you. And I stop.
Thank you very much, Monica. That was so good, so enriching, so interesting. And
yes, I was saying that I have a question regarding the SMEs. You mentioned that SMEs are eligible, but you expect a specific sector for these SMEs, agri-food sector, advanced manufacturing, or any kind of SMEs are eligible for this call?
We do not target specific sectors, so companies can be from any sector. What is important is that they apply circular principles in their business.
Great, thank you.
Let's welcome Alessandro Caglia from EBAN, EBAN, European Business Angel Network. So Alessandro will be presenting Ready to Scale to all of us, an innovative acceleration program aimed at supporting digital and deep tech startups. So Alessandro, whenever you're ready, the stage is yours.
Perfect, thank you. There we go. Can everybody see that?
Yes, we can see it.
Excellent. Hi, welcome everybody. Good morning. My name is Alessandro Craglia. As they mentioned, I am a project manager at EBAN, the European Business Angel Network. It's the biggest network in Europe. And yeah, we're a proud partner of Ready to Scale, which is another one of these Cascade funding projects funded by the European Union. So our one is specialized in the digital and deep tech sectors. That's thankfully got a lot of crossover with ag tech these days, so it's highly relevant. And so yeah, we have 2 open calls, one currently still open for startups, which is closing on the 15th of May, and then the next one will be closing in November. We have 1.5 million euros in grant funding to give out to startups in 60,000 euro amounts. And yeah, we'll get into it a little bit. So I'm going to start off by just quickly discussing what we're providing. So we're providing grant funding as well as some business acceleration program, or a business acceleration program for 6 months for each startup, as well as then a couple of other bits and pieces. And then we'll be going through the application process, looking at the eligibility, how to apply, etc. And then at the end, obviously, we'll be doing some questions if anyone has any. So yeah, to start off with, basically we are offering startups up to 60,000 euros. Now 50,000 of that is for product development. So that covers procurement of software and hardware, development expenses generally, prototyping services, raw materials. But yes, so basically we have this 50,000 euros of product development. And then we're also providing 5,000 euros for travel budget. So within the project, there are a couple of in-person things. So we're going to be doing 4 or 5 market discovery missions. These are trips to countries which are selected in consultation with the startups that are selected for the program. And basically startups that are interested in expanding to new markets or new countries, basically will be given the chance to go to those countries and have a 2-day program finding out about the local markets, basically. In addition to that, we're also providing 5,000 euros to contract expert services. So we're providing a list of 100 expert mentors, which provide a range of different services which startups can benefit from. And then basically it's up to the individual startups to decide what services they want to use this 5,000 euros for. Okay, so the actual accelerator. So we're going to be offering quite a bit of training, mostly along these 6 topics. So the first one, we actually have an open webinar for on the 22nd of May coming up on EIC funding. So basically how you can access up to 17.5 million euros of funding from EIC programs. We'll also then be discussing other topics, including investment readiness, building startups for impact, procurement, and yeah, accessing new market opportunities. We're going to be doing go-to-market workshops, and then also looking at basic general knowledge and skill sharing from some of the top experts within our networks. In addition to that, we are also providing opportunities for startup founders to meet and interact through these future founder clubs. This is one of the things which the travel budget also helps to cover. So we'll be hosting those at some major events, probably pitching events as well, And so then that'll be a really good chance for startups to meet and share experiences, knowledge, as well as then also meet some of our network of investors. In addition to that, we're also providing, as mentioned, this 100 expert mentor list with various services provided. Those can be found currently on our website. It's still being updated, so it's not quite 100 plus yet, but there's a good amount there already. In addition to that, throughout the program, we're also offering one-to-one mentoring with our experts on, say, financial skills or fundraising, or basically whatever else the startups need, really. Then we're also doing these market discovery missions. They're going to be 4 or 5. Startups can join any or all of these. Depends on how they decide to use the travel budget. And then we're also going to be developing partner networks and looking into ways to overcome foreign ecosystem barriers and to increase sort of cross-border investment. So how to actually apply? We have an open call at the moment, which is ending on the 15th of May. So if you want to apply, then you've got to get on it. So for that, it's just the first selection process. It's quite a short form to fill in. That will then be processed in the first stage between the 15th of May to the 22nd, at which point the shortlist will be contacted, and then they'll need to provide a more detailed submission of their project. They'll have then a week to do so, and then we'll be finding the final selection and then basically making contact with them. So we're having 15 startups in the first call and 10 in the second. So it's going to be competitive. Then who is actually eligible? So as with pretty much all of the EU-funded projects, it's going to be EU countries or startups that are registered in EU member countries or associated countries. So this is a list of associated countries. Unfortunately, the UK is not considered eligible at the moment because, or for this project, because Ready to Scale was launched when UK was not yet in the associated countries. Otherwise, I mean, the basic things, yeah, you need to be a startup. We're defining that as it has to be less than 10 years old. You can't have a startup that you began 20 years ago and then haven't done anything with since. Otherwise, it's fairly standard things. You know, it needs to be aiming to grow, etc., developing an innovative product. As mentioned, we're also focusing on digital and deep tech startups. So then the actual definitions of those can be a little bit complicated, but generally deep tech is seen as requiring a lot of engineering research to tackle like a hard science, basically. And then digital, I think most people understand what that means. Within that, we're reasonably sector agnostic, apart from obviously it needs to incorporate these key elements. So whether it's ag tech, deep tech kind of things, that's great. You can also do other areas as well, but these are key to the applications. One other thing we do require is some form of prior funding. That can be from the EIC or any other EU program, or it can be private funding, but we do need some element of prior funding for a startup to be eligible. In addition to that, we are also looking for, I mean, these reasonably standard things. The company needs to be registered to a legal person, and we do need a TRL level of 5 or higher. Okay, then for the short application, we're looking for a basically a description of the problem, what solution you are dealing or what you're fixing it with, and then also the TRL level, the compliance with the market, team competency, and project feasibility, and basically what you're going to do with the money. Outline, obviously, I mean, you can't see the future, but have a good idea. So we have an open call guide on our website, which expands on all of this in a lot more detail, including then the applicant. And then, yeah, we do have this first academy training as well on EIC funding, which can also be very useful. That's open to everyone, so whether you apply and are selected or not, it would still be a good idea to attend if you're interested in funding. So yeah, here's our website. If you want to reach out, then yeah, if you contact info@readytoscale.eu, then we'll be happy to answer any questions. And yeah, if you have any here and now, let me know.
Thank you, Alessandro. That was really, really interesting. So yeah, I guess if any of the requirements match with you, remember you have until the 15th of May. That even if it's 2 weeks ahead, there's still time. So yeah. By the way, great infography on the application process. I love that. It was really clear.
I would like to know about the TRL that you mentioned before. Do you expect any kind of specific TRL, or you can admit any level of the TRL?
Of the TRL, sorry?
Yes.
Yeah, so we do require 5 or higher.
Okay, yeah. Great. So we have a question, the first question, Alessandro. Can you see it?
Excellent.
Otherwise, we can read it for you.
Can you see it? Or if you want, we can just read it out loud. I will just read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, which of the companies part of the consortium would deal with external evaluators? In that, do you mean who's going to be selecting them, or who's going to be working with them in the evaluation?
I suppose that they are talking, I don't know if it's the same, maybe Adanella can repeat the question, but if you are asking about if you can be an applicant and evaluator at the same time, I think that that is not possible. Alessandro, I don't know. So, yes, sorry, Alessandro, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically there's 4 partners within the project. It is IBAN, European Business Angel Network, Technopol, Civita, and Bosnan Science and Technology Park. And then we will be selecting external evaluators, and then we'll basically be doing evaluation ourselves along with these external evaluators to make it unbiased, basically. So no, startups can't be both. And yeah, we will, as a consortium, be selecting external evaluators to then evaluate the.
So you will have a board for external evaluators, or will be an expression of interest letter?
I believe the latter. I think we've already selected them for their first call as well. So.
Okay, Daniela said that the question was another, or the question, I don't know if you can see it. She refers to the company that will sign the contract with the external evaluators.
So the contracts would be signed with Civita. That's both for the evaluators as well as the startups that are awarded the grants.
I think that now is clear.
Perfect.
The way it's great that you're doing a webinar training session on the 22nd of May. I found that really interesting. If we don't have anything, we'll try to join. For me, it was really interesting. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Hope to see you there.
Okay, we don't have more questions. Thank you, Alexandro.
So thank you so much for your participation here. That was great for having us. We are really pleased to have you. Perfect. So now, next up, it's going to be HungryEcoCities. So please join me in welcoming Licia. She'll be representing In4Art to our webinar. So Licia will be presenting HungryEcoCities project. It's an innovative project, an innovative initiative focused on fostering art-driven experience in the food and agricultural sectors. So whenever you're ready, Licia, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you for having me and introducing me. So let me share it full screen. So welcome. My name is Lia Groenewoud van Vliet. I'm the co-founder of InfoArt, but also the technical coordinator of HungryEcoCities. And with HungryEcoCities, we are working within the agri-food domain towards a more sustainable and responsible and healthy agri-foods system. And we do that by looking at AI. So what do we actually mean with this agro-food system? We have divided them into different actors throughout the whole food chain. And for the upcoming open call, which I'm presenting today, we would be interested to collaborate with SMEs. So that means small companies that are a maximum to 250 employees, working either as an input provider with materials, energy, water, machines, labor within the food chain, producers, growers, traders, processors, transporters, distributors, retail, chefs, supermarkets, those that are linked to consuming the food, or waste treaters. The companies we're searching for, and we will select 10 in the end, they need to have an interest to innovate with us around a complex challenge. And the first challenge as HungryEcoCities that we have set is how can we increase awareness and technological tools to impact the future where we use resources responsibly to produce and consume food. So based on those different actors in the food chain, you can come up with what is the challenge within your SME that you would like to tackle together with us as consortium. But who is HungryEcoCities actually? So let me shortly describe what we offer and what this opportunity exists of. So HungryEcoCity, we offer the power of creative studios. We have 3 different creative studios as part of our consortium, from Carlo Ratti Associati in Italy to Studio Other Spaces in Berlin and to the ETIS network in the Netherlands. Next to that, we have different scientific excellence of universities that are working with us, the KU Leuven from Belgium, the Mendel University of Agriculture from Brno, and the Brno University of Technology. Additionally, we have created a playbook of AI-driven prototypes, to which I will zoom in a little bit later, from our first open call, because we now have a second open call in which you get the opportunities to test and work on the first set of tools that we have already developed for SMEs to start trying out in their own practices and to see how that could help them in solving their challenges. Based on the challenge that you as an SME will propose to this open call, we are going also to match and find artists and designers to work together with you. So that means that you will get access to these artists who will get their own separate funding, and they will apply with already existing prototypes, artworks they have created, but which are interesting for you as an SME to further experiment and test and benefit towards your challenge. There is a guided program to support you in doing that. And for you as an SME, there is an up to 45,000 funding as end user to be part of our 15-month mentoring program and to work towards your challenge. So what do we ask for that? Well, we're searching for enthusiastic, open-minded, innovative-minded food SMEs that are willing to work on one of these food system-related challenges and help us contribute to our goal to be a more healthy, sustainable, and responsible food system. So one of the criteria is also that the challenge has an impact for the broader food system. It is focused on your own organization, but of course it could leverage to others. It's a challenge and a problem you cannot solve by yourself. So collaboration is part of the project and you're interested to collaborate. And in that sense, you have a need to get this guidance from a technical, scientific, and creative expertise to solve your challenge. So as already said, we have different types of partners within our consortium. And also these creative studios, they are working from a certain vision, a vision that is more within a mega scale direction towards one which is much more on a local distribution. And based on your challenge, we will link you to the appropriate studio to guide you and help you in creating the further challenge, but most also in how we can come up with prototypes to solve that. And then we have the universities to which you can address specific technological questions and also the possibility to collaborate and get additional student teams or additional tools to work on this challenge. The nice thing that we also already created in the first phase are these playbooks of AI-driven prototypes. We have already created a full webinar series about this open call. So if you're interested, you can rewatch them. And in the second open call webinar, we are diving much more into these different prototypes, which go from creating a tool that enables you to create commercials based on the food you hold in your hands, or to understand the future proteins of mussels, towards creating experiments with plants and understanding how electricity and stress influences the growth of them. And through that, they all have a different anchoring point to the ambitions of the larger Food 2030 ambitions within the European Union. And they focus either more on food systems and data or on urban food system transformations to help you understand the challenges we can support you with and we are interested in collaborating with you. So this is an overview of the different partners. So you have already met most of them as a studio partner or a university partner. My own company is from an art-driven innovation mentor role involved. And then we also have a funding box to support us in the open call and all administrative elements within the project. So how could you become part of this project? The open call formalities. Just as ready to scale, our deadline is the 15th of May. So it means there is a little bit more than 2 weeks, but if you're interested, I really suggest you to start your application. And it's the first phase of the open call because we have a 2-staged open call due to the fact that we are going to invite artists to collaborate with us and with you as selected SME as well. So this first open call is now only focused on SMEs in the food chain, the end users, how we call them, and you start with the application. It's a quite simple application where we ask you to tell more about the challenge that you have, to create a short video slideshow to present the testing site, the facilities you have, and to explain to us your motivation why you would like to make use of this opportunity. Then with those 10 selected SMEs, we're going to start already the support program, which we call the Path to Progress experiments. And as part of that first part of the program, we're going to work on the matchmaking with the artist to work on your specific challenge. We're going to work also with the scientist to work on the scientific support that is needed. And we're going to match you with the already AI playbooks that we have. For that, we have created an environment which we call the Hack Lab. And there you will find also, as of the summer, the applications of the artists. And through a matchmaking process, 2 artists will be pre-selected, and with them, the project will start to better understand the challenge and come up with a concrete proposal. And one of the artists will be selected and teamed up with you, and that will result in a joint project for the last 8 months of the project. So when would you be eligible to join us? We are searching for companies from member states of the European Union. The UK may not apply for the same reason as in Ready to Scale, because we received funding in the Horizon Europe call when there was no treaty signed. Also, associated countries are viable to apply. We're searching for SME startups that are in the agri-food sector. So that's also a checkbox that you could show in that. You should have a product on the market and show that you really have facilities to test and to experiment with us. The application should be in English. And of course, there should be on time handed in to our platform. So where can you hand that in? Here you can find the link where you can go to our application environment. When you click on the apply button, you can create your account and it will take you through the different steps and questions to fill in. But also it will bring you to the Read Me First section. And there you can get access to our guide for applicants and our frequently asked questions, more information about the project, different directions we have in that. There is an application form template. If you don't want to do everything online, you can already look at it and prepare offline for it. And there is the links to the 2 different webinars, which you can look at. So as a short recap, our open call was already launched in February 15th. We're closing on May 15th at 5 p.m. Central European time. So have that in mind. And by July 7th, we will announce the winners and the program will start at September 1st. So if there are any questions, please reach out to us by email through the help desk or ask for a one-on-one call to talk more about your challenge. We're very interested to meet SMEs in the food chain that are interested in this innovative opportunity to work together with universities, creative studios, artists, towards a better and more fair food ecosystem. So with that, I would like to give the floor back to you. Thank you, and ready to take some of your questions.
Thank you so much, Ligia. That was super, super interesting. I really love the niche that you chose for this project. And yeah, as said before, if any requirements match with you guests, pay attention. The deadline is 15th of May. So yeah, you're still on time.
Thank you, Ligia. Sorry, I am a curious person and I have a question for you. I would like to know how many projects do you expect for this open call? So how many do you expect to finance for this second open call?
Good question. So we're selecting 10 SMEs.
Great. Okay. And you are planning to open a third call, or this will be the last one?
This will be the final call. It's a two-phased open call. So the first part is where we're now selecting SMEs, and there will be a second part for artists to match them, because on the one hand, we are in Horizon Europe project, but we're also part of the STARTS ecosystem, which stands for Science, Technology, and Art. So in all our projects, we always work in these multidisciplinary teams.
Wow, it's an amazing project. Yes, I really appreciate that other kind of sectors like artists, have the opportunity to apply to Horizon Europe initiatives too. So it's incredible. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's also for artists, like it's not a familiar group for everyone, but you should really think of them as exploratory, experimental researchers that have a lot of skills in the technological domain. So all artists we work with, they would either be experts on certain elements in the AI or IoT field or material research. So that's why they are interesting assets. And it's not just the 45,000 for the SME that's being offered, but it's also, of course, the opportunity and the collaboration with this artist.
Yeah, that's totally right, as you said, because artists tend to have more creative mind. So having this matchmaking with scientists and artists is great to offer them this platform. Thank you. So I think we have a question.
Yes, exactly. Yes, go ahead.
Oh,
can you see it, Ligia? Can you see the question? Oh, wait, Paula can read it for you. Can you see it, Paula?
Yeah, I see it. Which of the companies part of the consortium will deal with the extra? No, that's sorry. Will you ask for support of the external evaluators of the selection of? Yeah, we already arranged the whole external evaluating part because our call is finishing on May 15th. So the external pool is selected with expertises from Agri-Food tech, from technology, with the fair distribution throughout Europe. And they are going to support us as consortium in making the selection of the 10 the 10 SMEs we're going to work with.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Ligia.
Thank you so much, Ligia, for your participation. That was great. Perfect. So now, last but not least, please welcome everyone to Francesco Delino from MADE, or MATE, Competence and Industry for MADE, okay.
Yes, thanks.
So yeah, Francesco will be presenting MUSAE, a residency program designed to support consortia of SMEs and artists. So let's give a warm welcome to Francesco as he shares more about this exciting initiative. So whenever you want.
Perfect. So thank you for this opportunity. Thank you to everyone to this presentation of the project MUSAE at the second open call. So what is MUSAE? MUSAE is a huge project financed by Horizon Europe through STARTS initiative, and what's the goal of this project is establish an innovative factory model to integrate the artist part, the artist idea, with the European Digital Innovation Hubs through using this methodology that is design future arts driven. So the main goals is to establish this kind of to study and establish a method that can be used by SMEs through the support of Digital Innovation Hub to facilitate collaboration with the artisan companies, but also to develop their ideas. The aim of this project is to rethink the food system and practice with the idea that to use the food as medicine, to see the use as medicine, and to better understand what is the future of the food and the supply chain of food sector of the planet. So this is a consortia is constituted by 3 different areas: the expert in art and design, with the collaboration of Polytechnic of Milano, that is the coordinator of the project, the University of Barcelona, and GLUOM from Belgium. The expert in nutrition is the University of Dublin from Ireland, of course, and expert in technologies that are a mix of Digital Innovation Hub, companies, and academic results, like University of Barcelona for high intelligence, artificial intelligence, sorry, Power Robotics, Abacus, University of Belgrade, University of Manchester, of course, made a competence center. So, what is the FA methodology and how we use it in this project? Because we divided this project in these 2 parts. The first part, with the help of an open call, we select 12 artists that has been helped by mentors and trainers to develop some scenarios of what are the role of food in the future. These artists create this scenario, identify what is the risk and the opportunity of what they say in this scenario. And now there is the second part of this project is a second residency. So there is the role of the second open call is to select a consortia of artists and SMEs that will be helped by a mentor to develop a prototype of a product or a service that we want to develop. So the residency support will be apart from the artistic part, the technology part, and the nutrition part. The activities are listed here. There will be a kickoff meeting for the start of the project. There is a part of technology immersion with the support of technology mentors to better understand what are the opportunities of the technology that are selected that can help for this idea. Of course, regular session of mentors with the collaboration of mentors, plenary section to collaborate each other to spread the ideas and share solution with the other participants to this residency, and the work session to the tech facilities if you need for the support of on this part. The aim is to reach a tier L5. It's to start with a tier 3, so with critical function, with a proof of concept, and arrive to a prototype that we can test in a laboratory in a laboratory for the experimental part. This is very challenging, but is not so hard to accomplish with the support of the technical mentor. This is a winner idea that there is an outcome of another project that was called Better Factory, is developed, helped in using the DFA methodology, helped in Turing residency. This technological cork, sorry, that this merge tradition to innovation, to monitoring the process of winemaking. So for the open call, what we are looking for an SMEs, a consortium composed by an SMEs and an artist. SMEs are companies that fewer of 250 person. And the artist can be a professional one or a freelance with under the NACE NACE code 9003, but also at a self-employed individual and a freelance that can attest, can provide some proof that they work in artistic ambient. For the contribution for the consortium, we use this lump sum of 80,000 euro, 24 allocated to the artists and 56 allocated to SMEs. And the role of SMEs is like a coordinator of this small consortia. So we will sign a contract with SMEs, that is the head of this consortia, and they will redistribute the money through the SMEs and the artist. What is the criteria that we will use? That the topic is to understand with what's sorry, the topic of the proposal must cover one of the future scenarios that was established in the first open call, and involve at least one of these three technologies. There's wearable technology, AI, and robotic. The proposal must be in English, of course, and the artist can be founded just once per year, so the winner can be founded, cannot be double funded. And it's important that the call close for March. So we have 2 weeks to ending you have 2 weeks to finalize the submission if you are interested in a project. This is a very short timeline, but this introduces also the two platforms that we established for this open call. Of course, we have with the support of Funding Box, we developed a platform for submit the proposal. So you can go in the shared slide. You can click on the image, and you will go to the platform, and you can go there. And there are all the information in the guide for applicant. This is all information that you need to to apply. But also we established with the collaboration Enterprise Europe Network another platform that closed in the 7th of May, that if you are an SMEs looking for an artist, you can write down your description here, and looking for an artist that already involved in this matchmaking event. Or, of course, vice versa, if you're an artist that are looking for an SMEs, here is the place that you can find your partner. Thank you for your attention. For all the information, you can go to the website. It's linked in previous slide. And of course, write down some email to Progetti Europei at madecc.eu that I will respond to this to all your questions. Thanks for your attention. And if you have questions.
Thank you very much, Francesco. That was such a great initiative. So thank you for having presented it to us today. So now's the time for the Q&A session. If any of you have any question, please, you're more than welcome to ask. Actually, me, myself, I have a few questions to you. So regarding because I was going to ask you what happens if I'm an SME and I want to find an artist to apply, but then you've shown the matchmaking platform. But it's not quite clear to me because you said that the platform was B2Match, or is it a MUSAE?
It's another platform, is B2Match, widely used for this kind of event for matchmaking. There is another link in the image when they shared in the slide that I shared with you. You can go there and write down your profile and select the scenarios that you are interested to explore in your idea. This is an indicator to better understand what kind of idea that you have and what if our similarity this will be a good match with this. Of course, these scenarios that was implemented in the first call. But also it's easier also for if you are in the same region or in a different region. The consortia, if you are from different country, is not important. If you are from widening countries, so overseas countries or countries that are applying to, for example, Serbia, that is a widening country, you can apply. And in that case, it's preferred to have an SMEs and an artist from the same country, but it's not mandatory. It's preferred, but not mandatory. For people from EU, you can choose also from different countries and countries. There is no preference.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I also have, this is a curiosity, but you showed us there was a Better Factory example.
There was another project in the previous project.
Okay.
Performed, if I remember well, but by Polytechnic of Milano.
Okay.
And they develop in through the methodology of the FA, they developed this idea. Maybe Leah, you have better information on that, of course. I know.
Yeah, I think it's an example of how industry and artists collaborate. Better Factory is an Horizon 2020 project, and it's finishing this year. So there you can see some of the examples from an art-driven innovation perspective.
Yeah, it was great. I was quite curious about it, and I was wondering if it was one of the projects from the last call. Yeah.
Less 2020.
Okay, we don't have more questions. The time is over. So thank you so much, Francesco, for your presentation.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone that attended, and all the speakers for your time and showing us these incredible initiatives. So we hope that this was a good platform, so as to show the attendees if you have any possibilities to apply, it will be great. And as we told you before, once the webinar finishes and the recording as well, we'll be forwarding it to you as well as the presentations. But if you have any other doubts, don't hesitate, you can reach out and we'll be more than pleased to answer. So yeah, thank you everyone. We hope you enjoyed this session, and well, we'll see each other next month on the next info session. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.